What is going on, you beautiful people? DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, we're going to be examining my own Global League game. That's right, I'm back in Global League after about a year and a half, I think. Haven't played in the Global League. I was just sitting at 1550. And recently I just got the urge, I was like, why don't I just shoot for 1600? I think there's only like 10, 15 other 1600s out there. Figured out why not make myself in the top 15, so decided to re-up in the Global League. So this is one of my first games that I got when I re-upped my Global League queue. So it took place on the map 1 vs 1 Same. I actually remember this map. I played on it years ago when I first joined Advanced Wars by Web. This map has been there a long time. I believe it was like 2021 and I got clobbered. I think I was playing Olaf versus Kindle and Kindle just decimated me. Never mind that the tiers were inaccurate. My guy went a tier down, apparently. I was tier 2. He played Kindle, I played Olaf. I still got smashed. Yeah, that was back in the days. I've improved a lot since then, thankfully. I was probably around 1,100 back then. But I haven't forgotten it. I remember this map, and once you get smashed somewhere on a map, you remember that map, and you're like, never again. So I vowed never again to let that happen, get smashed on 1 vs 1 Summit. Anyway, this map is a pretty high income, mid-high income map. 21k per side, everything's equal. So most COs have viability here. Both the aggressive and the more defensive COs, like they have pretty equal viability since it's that mid-tier right there. Any higher, you're talking about Drake, Hawk, Olaf dominating. Any lower, you're talking about Max, Kindle, Lash, etc. dominating. So here you can choose whatever you want. This was a tier 3 matchup. Personally, I think Kindle is the best CO here on this map. Since there is that nice sweet spot, you still have a really strong Urban Blight, as well as a super strong High Society should you choose to use it. I think Kindle is definitely the best pick here, followed by either Andy or Drake. I think Drake's a little underrated on this map. I think Drake is probably the second best, and then Andy, then Lash, and Sonya. So I chose Drake here, not because he's the best, but things people forget in Advanced Wars, you play for fun. At least I do. Drake is fun for me to play. I don't care what you guys say about global damage. It matches my play style. I like baiting people masterly, as you know what I mean. I like making people overextend and tricking them. I'm a trickster of sorts in Fog, so I like trapping people, and that's a lot more of a defensive thing. I lure someone, I send out a little carrot, hee, come get it, and then they come and get it, and then the trap gets them. I love doing that kind of gameplay. I'm not the smashing and bashing, attack at all cylinders Poland kind of player. I prefer luring and being more trickery, which Drake plays perfectly into. An overconfident Kindle, oh, they think they're winning? That's when you get them. I'm that kind of player. So I chose Drake because he's a lot of fun. But this is a tier 3 matchup. Honestly, Kindle's probably slightly better in this matchup, but Drake isn't too bad. The reason being, airport's in the corner, so it's not nearly as good as if it was forward. Then Drake would be much worse. The Black Boat actually does not get extended movement from Drake, so there's no bonuses there. Urban Blight's very nice because there are some contested properties, namely these 3 right here are the most contested properties on the map. Of course, you can mirror it over here as well. This is not contested. It might seem contested, but this is going to be greens. You don't overextend. This is the weak side for black. This is the weak side for green. Because you have a Black Boat to put in infantry, and vehicles take a long time to get over here. Sure, you can go over the mountains and through the woods to Grandmother's house, but it takes longer than just straight machines, vehicles, pumping this way as black, and pumping machines this way as green. So you're going to see a lot of fights over here as green. You want to force fights because you're going to have more vehicles. And meanwhile, you want to avoid fights. You want to bring maybe mechs over here, infantry, maybe a tank or 2. Copters usually reinforce the weak side, since it's only 2 turns to reinforce this comm tower. Comm tower is not contested. It could be in some situations because it's such a hard reinforce. Once you take control of these 2 spots as green and you can't even use the Black Boat, the game is pretty much lost on this side over here. So you just want to go all out on the other side. So a lot of fighting over these 3 properties. There's not really much going on in the middle. This lab is useless for the most part. So it's those 6 properties in total that you go over. HQ's not really contested. Anyway, my opponent today was Muji6. He is part of the Starflash school of thought. He spams as many games as possible. He probably plays like 40 games a week, live league and global league, and he's gotten a lot better because of that. A large quantity, and you're going to inevitably get better. He's skyrocketed his skill level. He's number 2 in the live league Fog right now. I've been top of live league Fog for like a year now. but he's been a trusty number 2 for a good bit. And he plays a lot of Global League now. I think he's around a 1400 level player. He was like an 1000 level player maybe a year and a half ago. So he went from 1000 to a 1400 level player. You know, that quantity of games, it's going somewhere. So, pretty strong player. But yeah, so I'll just walk you through my thought process. I didn't think this was an amazing game by any means, but I think it's always useful to go through your own games and be critical of your own moves. What could I have done better? What was I proud of, etc. So anyway, without further ado, let's begin the game. I'm at the bottom and the green beans at the top. In the black hole is Muji. Now, there is a question. Do you use this instead of the base to go down here and go for the contested properties? I am in the school of thought where you do not. You go for the base. You want to get that unit count. Heck, if you fight over these properties really hard, and let's say you get all 3 of these contested properties, who's to say you can hold them? Sure, you can get them earlier, but can you hold them? Therefore, I typically go for the normal properties first. I don't force going down. I've seen people do that, though, where they go, oh, I'm immediately going. But on the same time, I do like taking this infantry and ferrying it over, rather going for an immediate cap on this port and the nice chain. Instead, I do like transporting it via ferry, and then I can go for this property right here. You could go for the comm tower, but it provides no income, so typically I go for this forward property here, or if you're feeling passive, for this property right there. But 9 times out of 10, go for this property right there. And another thing, when you're playing, be cognizant of the matchup. Kindle versus Drake. Drake is a defensive CO who likes stalling. Kindle's an offensive CO who wants the game to end early. What sort of openings would Kindle go for? What sort of openings would Drake go for? Obviously, well, obvious to me, recons are very good on this map. Look at these roads, these bridges, these shoals, these cities. 2 turns, a recon's going to be already here. 3 turns, you're attacking me. I 100% expected him to go for a recon build. And he definitely did. Most people do. Meanwhile, as Drake, I expected the recon. I thought about doing my own recon this turn, but I was like, I'm Drake. I don't really want to pressure him that way. In fact, Day 3 recon, I realize, is kind of redundant. It's not necessary. A Day 4 recon will do just as much harm as a Day 3 recon. So I was like, you know what? Like, I can delay it a turn. I'm not really worried about a recon right now. Day 4, Day 5 recon, I'll be fine. Muji. Instead of going for this easy early cap right off the boat, instead going for the contested corner property. He thinks he can get it and hold it for the rest of the game. Now, this is a very contested property, so, you know, he's really prioritizing getting the most contested first rather than the quickest and easiest. So there might be some merit to that. There's merit in both choices. Build some infantry, probably going to build infantry here, dock 2 out next turn, cap here, not a bad idea. But me, as Drake, I have $8,000. I calculated this. What can you do with $8,000? You could do an artillery into an infantry, or if you're feeling boomy and you're feeling stally, build a T-copter. Now, where would the T-copter go? You use the T-copter to boost your infantry and move over here. So this infantry right here can get in the T-copter, get boosted, capture that in 1 turn. This infantry can get boosted, and it's a nice whole chain reaction. I want to capture these properties as early as possible so I can start pushing on him, and get my infantry to the front line quicker. The issue with this strong side, you can pump out vehicles out the wazoo. Yeah. But if you're pumping vehicles all the time, it's hard to get infantry to also go over there. Every time you're building a vehicle, you're preventing yourself from building an infantry. So if you're heavy vehicles, you're going to be low infantry. Therefore, I wanted to alleviate this by building a T-copter so I could transport maybe infantry from the other base to go over here as well. I have no inclination to go for mechs. This is not a mech transport. This is an economic boom transport. So his recon's already over here. Let's say I was an 1100 level player. Still pretty good. Above average. An 1100 level player would probably go here or here. Probably here. They go here, they're like, okay, I want one of these 3 contested. These are the most contested, right? Most contested. I'll go here, and I'll seek out that property. Maybe I'll go back or something. They would probably go here. However, I'm not a 1100 level player. I'm not a 1400 level player. I'm nearly a 1600 level player at this point. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to show you the differences. I know there's a recon here. This guy's a competent player. He's playing as an aggressive CO. I have not seen it. I have no proof that it exists. However, put yourself in your opponent's shoes. Why would they not build a recon here as Kindle? It would honestly be a bad decision. They have to build it. So, because of that, I don't put my infantry in recon range. Instead, let's look at these boosties. The boosties are pretty cute. So this is going to capture next turn. That's going to capture up here. This guy's going to get in the transport next turn. Get boosted all the way over here. I'm going to be capturing these properties very early. I go over here. So the recon did see me go over here, but he can't trap me. He can't reach me. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can go here. But he not knowing that he might think that I have a tank to counter him. But I have no inclination to go for this. This is not happening. My real goal, back here. Honestly, I could have gone back here, but I was a little curious to see if a recon popped in here and gave me some vision, etc. So I'm playing a little bit of mind games with him. He has the recon. I have no idea it's there, but I do know it is there. I just know. I just know. So I build my day 5 recon, which is, you know, better late than never. Recons are still strong. Look at these little boosties. Boom, that guy capping there. Boom, that guy's capping either there. These are all beautiful properties. I'm going to be capturing these properties way before he's capturing these properties over here. Look at, he's like 2-3 turns away from capturing. I am way closer to capturing than he is. And look, I don't capture this and get blasted. I don't capture this and get blasted. I pull back. Sure, my infantry on the comm tower is exposed, but I can bluff a tank. For all he knows, I did never build a T-Copter. T-Copter is kind of a rare build. How often do you see T-Copter builds? How often do you see T-Copter recon builds? He probably thinks I have a tank going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like here or here. So he's expecting a tank most likely. I build him this turn. Moves his infantry forward. They're, like I said, they're very far away from capping. I'm 2 to 3 turns ahead of them in sort of capture order. Knocks me down to 5. Another psychological part right here. Capture the most contested properties, bring my recon in. I see nothing's there. When you want to trick your opponent, act like everything's fine. I bring this infantry over here because I do not want to allow him to capture that contested property. I'm also trying to sneak over to this property. I want to bluff that everything's fine. Let's drop an infantry. I don't fall back. I'm not, oh, stay away from the recon. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna, you can attack me. I don't care. Now he's like almost certain that I have an infantry or a tank like right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I wouldn't even be able to reach. Honestly, he could attack from the top right here. It's not a bad play. Anyway, it spooks him away. Bridging infantry forward, I see with my recon. He has no tank in range. He brings his recon back. Pretty passive. Like I said, I think he could have attacked from this road right here. I'm glad he didn't. I guess he can't see into this forest. You might have thought I was in the forest. That's a possibility I could be in this forest, actually. It would take me multiple turns to get there. But maybe theoretically he thought I had a day 5 tank instead of a day 7. So interesting. Brings it back. That recon, that whole investment, stopped an early infantry. Stopped anything, you know, it slowed down his order significantly here. 1 hit off on my comm tower of all things. Not that important. Not that important at all. I consider that a win. Meanwhile, I know the recon's there. There's probably a tank follow-up or something, so alright, I'm going to pressure this. And here's where I love T-Copters. And I build a mech over here because mechs are pretty good on this map with the black boat. Recon, beep beep. Capture. T-Copter, another boost. Preparing to capture this property next turn. Now, I thought about killing with this infantry, but I was like, I doubt he has a tank. And he doesn't have a tank position. So I was like, that recon's not going to die. He had his own recon over here. Chances are, very unlikely. In order for him to attack my recon here, he has to have a tank built here. Not here. Impossible. From here, won't reach in 3 turns. Only from here. Only from here, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm willing to bet he has no tank there. So instead of killing this off with my infantry, and then he's going to blast my infantry with his own infantry, honestly, I could have gone for the corner, but instead I go for the safe cap over here. Bring my own tank over there. Start my vehicle pumping out over here. Like I said, You want to pump out vehicles over here. You really want to steamroll them. So far my T-Copter play is playing off. No real issues so far. Goes for the cap again. This surprised me. I was like, okay. If I didn't think he had a tank before, he definitely has a tank now. 100% there's a tank now that he's being this cocky. Unless he's doing the same psychological stuff as me, but I doubt it. Brings infantry in. He's got 2 tanks. However, knowing there's a tank here, I can still have my recon attack and kill that without getting a tank hit. Really? This is where the tactics come in. Watch this. First things first, I want to see where the recon is. It's over there. Alright, I'll go for this property then. Got my tank over here. Yeah, so recon comes in. Infantry comes in. Reveal what's going on over there. Reveal what's going on over there. I'm not going for this property. This is not contested. This is silly. This is madness. Understand that these are the 3 most contested properties. Not this. Not this. Don't be silly. This is 2-turn reinforced from these bases over here. You're gonna die. So just be cognizant of that. Don't break red lines. Even if you're winning. Don't break hardcore red lines like that. Unless it's so astronomically ahead that your opponent just like forgot to resign. But these are no-nos. You don't cross those lines. Kill off the infantry. Instead of capping, actually go for the infantry kill. Because I do this. Well, now the tank can't reach the... It's only going to do 3 or 4 damage to the battlecopter, both these tanks. Recon's safe. I don't care if he attacked my infantry. I killed 2 infantry. He combined 1, and the other died, so he lost 2 infantry. At most, I'll probably lose 2 infantry here, making us even, but I also denied a property, so that's a win-win. And plus, a tank comes too. So even if you do attack the thing on top of the T-Copter on top of the city, I got a tank to smash. So I'm feeling pretty good, starting a tank chain over here. One thing I've been loving recently is just not building B-Copters as straight. Just going full land. Because they still have to respect you building a T-Copter or a B-Copter. So they usually still build at turn 8 to 10 anti-air. I just let it sit there. Get bored. Then maybe like day 17, I finally build a B-Copter. And then the AA is probably dead by then out of boredom. Probably suicided itself onto some infantry. And then my B-Copters have free reign. So I am in no rush. I got 19k. Normally most people are like, alright, tank, infantry, copter. Easy. Not me. I'm just building vehicles. Who needs battlecopters? I'm Drake. Battlecopters are not always needed. So these tanks, what can they do? Attack infantry. Didn't even get a kill. Just weaken 2 infantry. Cool. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. And now this recon. I mean, I got a tank over here. See what that can do. See, these infantry are so farther away. He hasn't even capped this property yet. I capped that turns ago. A turn ago. That's the beauty of the T-Copter, baby. So far, it has paid off in great dividends. I'm loving my T-Copter opening. The recon was not able to get a decisive advantage. I did not allow myself to overextend and fall into the recon's bait. I took the safe properties until I was reinforced by vehicles. Meanwhile, over here, I'm using the T-Copter for tactical reasons to move my infantry forward quicker, for quicker caps, more income. I have more income than Kindle does, surprisingly. Also tactically blocking. Everything's going well. I even have a little cute mech over here in case the recon gets a little freaky. It's gonna lose its beepy. Infantry get in position to capture this property. Now I see it's well, I saw before, but now I see it's his. I'm like, okay, he really prioritized that property. Recon comes in, kills an infantry. Tank attacks tank. Recon goes over here, and now I see, wow. This guy is going hard on the tanks. 3 tanks on his weak side. I was like, whoa. Alright, well now I gotta keep a tank chain coming. Now I should probably build double tanks this turn. And what I do? Probably saving up 4k, so next turn maybe a Neo tank comes out. Maybe I base skip and I build a Neo tank. Although I'm probably going to heal here, so probably not going to be able to afford a Neo tank, but it's coming. I'm not a medium tank kind of guy usually. But I'm feeling a Neo tank. And also, look, I could interrupt this. Whoa, attack here, attack. Red lines. This is not contested. This is blacks. You will be attacked by recon. You will be attacked by an infantry. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stick to your guns. Anyway, blue goes Oonga Boonga over here. It's not blue. Muji. Blueji. Sacks the infantry. And I'm like, oh boy. It's going to kill off my recon. I'm like, oh no, this tank! The tank is going to come here, and it's going to one-shot my tank on the city. But it can't. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because this beautiful mother clucking T-copter prevents it. This T-copter has already saved me a recon and a tank. He can still attack me with this tank. I mean, he can move this one and attack from the forest, but that's not nearly as good as attacking from a city and one-shotting my recon or one-shotting that tank. So, he takes some damage back on a forest rather than one-shotting me from a city. This is exposed on a city. Looking pretty good. Not gonna complain. Just getting pissed off with the T-copter. Recon comes in, it's gonna die to my tank. That's fine. But an Urban Blight is coming soon. So Muji is going all out. Copters, tanks, everything is over here. There's one recon over here. Everything else is over here. There's a recon in the middle as well, but largely just chilling. So, first things first, I want to guarantee this cap. So I have a tank kill off the recon. I could also have this finish it off afterward. Doesn't need to finish off, still goes in the same spot anyway. Recon for vision. Recons are important here. Look how many mountains there are. One mountain in the front, and then a bunch of irrelevant ones. So one mountain, essentially, that's useful. So recons are your best friend here. 2 at all times, maybe 3. Think about that. Don't go any less. Withdraw the T-copter. Hey, it's still doing boosties. Recon comes in, attacks. Don't know about this infantry, so I'm like, ooh, maybe I can get it. Tank comes in. I'm using this as a blocker. I want to keep this safe. I didn't want to put on the city because an Urban Blight's coming. I wanted to put it on a road instead. I want to keep everything off cities during an Urban Blight. And I think it's coming because he might use it to stop my cap here. So when you think an Urban Blight's coming, avoid cities. Except for this. I'm like, whatever. This is too good to turn down. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I'm going there. I'm not getting on that city. I'm not getting on that city. Blackboat's not getting on the dock. Tank, tank, tank. Triple Tordrid tanks. Who needs battlecopters? We're tanking it up. I put this on the city because it can't go any lower anyway. Well, will we see an Urban Blight? Aren't I glad? Only things affected. This recon and this tank. And this infantry and the whatevers. But everything else, looking good. Tank comes in. Okay. Attacks me there. Oof. Attacks me there. Tank attacks my infantry. Oof, now I see my anti-air. Okay, going for this contested property there, going for that contested property there. Wait, these aren't contested. What is Muji doing? Jeez, were you wrong? Are those contested after all? He's got so many units. He's got 4 tanks over here. Well, 3 full HP counting these together. I got 3 over here, but they're kind of out of position. This one can't even reach. And look at all these infantry. Geez, what's going on? Well, let me tell you something. These are 100% overextended. This is not going to work out for him long term. I was happy when I saw these being captured. I was like, oh man, this guy's getting too cocky. These are not going to work out long term for him. This is 2 turns reinforced to attack this. This is 3 to 4 turns to go over here. Look, 2 turns. Boom, 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 boom. 2 turns! Both of these properties are 2 turns away from my bases. Anyway, let's see how it goes for him. A reveal. But he's threatening triple cap. I mean, that's a big deal. He's going to go up to 23k. I'm going to go down to 18. That's a big deal. How do I counter this? Attack infantry there. Tsunami. Very rarely do you see a Drake power from me. Usually I save up for the superpower. A few reasons why I used it here. 1, I mean, it stops 3 freaking caps. Who wouldn't do that? Number 2, there's a lot of roads, shoals, and cities. Like, the rain doesn't really slow down your opponent as much as it normally would on other maps. This is a pretty easy reinforced map, which is kind of why Kindle is better than Drake on this map, because there's such easy terrain to traverse. So rain is not that great. So I was like, you know what? I mean, stop 3 caps. Now I'm going to just do a lot of damage to him. Like, he ends the turn. up like 11k on me in unit value after the Urban Blade. But now I'm just going to punish him. He's way overextended. Boom. In fact, I'm even going to break one of my rules. I'm even attacking in there. Attacking in there. Capturing there. Combining there. Attacking there. Okay, got a high roll there, not going to lie. I'm breaking another rule here. Recon attacking. Infantry attacking. Infantry attacking. I'm just going all out. T-Copter even's getting involved. Breaking a rule here. Attacking with an anti-air. On a city. This 9 HP tank can kill me here. But I'm not fearing it that much. I'm really not. I mean, theoretically, it could attack me here and knock me down to like 2 without a power. And then a copter could theoretically come, but I wasn't expecting that. Even the tanks are getting involved. This 2 HP or 3 HP tank. And now he's buying 20k. 27k to be exact. And I think he's got to retreat. If he keeps fighting here, it's not a winning battle. He might be able to squeak out this. Probably that too. But is gaining 1k and me losing 1k, like 2k change, worth losing your entire army? I mean, he's already lost a lot. So I think that was like a turning point of this game where I started to feel very comfortable. Before this, I felt pretty, you know, on edge, 50-50. I was feeling like 55. Thought the Recon T-Copter opening was doing well for me. I was thinking like, I got like 55% chances. After this turn, it kind of jumped up to like a 70. And then he retreated here. After all that, he got nothing out of it. Then I was like, okay. Maybe it was an 80%. Maybe not 70, maybe an 80%. Another thing he does that I do not like. Okay, no, I did. I did like this. He did not reveal his copter yet. He didn't reveal it yet. Somehow I figure out about it though. I got a whole bunch of slop units over here. Mech attacking in is still a pretty decent trade for me. But I realize I'm not going to attack in like he did. Remember, you die here, you keep fighting long term. I'm going to take what I wanted, that, fall back. Fall back with all my units. Fall back, reinforce. But now I'm just going to murder everything that's left. I saw these retreated up north, so I know nothing's over to here because you have to pass through here to reinforce, so I know there's no vehicles over here, so I'm just murdering things. T-Copter, I want to get an infantry over here ASAP so I can start capping this, make sure it long term. Hopefully I live with 1 HP, maybe not. If he uses an Urban Blade, I'll definitely die. So, he got nothing out of this push. And I gained a lot of unit value. Like, just look, this is like 30,000 now. 8 more units, 1,000 more income. I have the triple crown, basically. Now, one thing I don't like here. He reveals both copters, and they only attack infantry and mechs. If he had attacked tanks here, it would have been devastating for me. I have 0 anti-air or copters to defend against this. I have nothing. But he just revealed his hand to me, and now I know, oh, I am definitely retreating. I am definitely retreating. He could have tricked me. He could have pulled the masturbating that I did over here. But he revealed his hand. They didn't really do much either, just attacking infantry. I'm like, thank God, I mean, I have this over here. I need to, like, shift that. He's still going for this cap, which I think is silly. I have clearly more tanks than he does. Capture the property. Now I'm ahead 3k. And you might have noticed, day 13, I built a copter. I actually built it earlier than I thought. I thought I'd build around like day 16, 17, 18. I guess get a little antsy with the extra income. So I built a copter. He has literally no anti-air. I thought he had an anti-air sitting over here. I thought he had an anti-air sitting over here, or an anti-air sitting over here. Never had anything. So I could have built a copter and gotten away with murder, but, you know, hindsight's 20/20. I sacrificed my infantry over here because I don't want him capping this property or this property. Bring my tank in. Finish off the infantry. I'm just massacring infantry. It's cool. Really dominating the unit count. Build another copter. Now I'm just starting to spam copters. Honestly, I could have built an anti-air here. It would reach there quicker. But I also wanted to bring an infantry on the ferry. So, kind of just consolidating. I see the copters. I'm falling back. Unfortunately for me, he murders off my infantry. But they're all scrunched in the corner. Very bad positioning for them. Sure, they killed off the units, but to get this property, but 2 copters, 2 tanks, and infantry over here, like, That's a lot of units. He's got 23 units. And what's this, 7 units over here? That's 1/3 of his whole army is in this little square of doom. Meanwhile, I outnumber him completely over here and over here. So I like to see that for me, but for him, not so much. Attacks in with a tank. I'm like, sure, dude. Like, this is my strong side. I don't mind. Go ooga booga, attack in, boom, bang, blang. But here, get a little too cocky, maybe. But I am ahead on income. So I'm like, all right, let's brawl. But now I'm within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 turn base range. Looking like 3 or 4 for me over here. So this was a little aggressive. And he's going to get Nerf and Blight here. Before this turn, I think what I should have done, just kill this 8 HP tank. Kill the 8 HP tank, start capping this. Great turn. No complaints. But I just went a little too oonga boonga here. Especially with an Urban Blight coming, like attacking from a city. I got way too feisty, got way too confident. I felt myself winning so hard. Like, I'm winning over here, I'm winning. The game is being won by me currently. I have more income, more units, more unit value. But I got too cocky here and I pay the price next turn. It's stupid. Sometimes I do stupid stuff like this. You just get too cocky. Happens to the best of us. Roll my copters over here, hopefully trying to lure him into a false sense of security. And he attacks into here. He sees me attacking here, and he's like, oh, he has nothing here. He attacks into me here, and then I just wipe him out. So I'm seeing what he does there. I remove all my... Look. Urban Blight coming. Not on a city, not on a city, not on a city. Only that's on a city. And that's on the city. Everything else, not healing it up, no nothing. He's going to use Urban Blight most likely. Combines copters here, because they're low on fuel. 16 fuel, 20 fuel. Underrated. Drake's fuel drain. Oh, that probably means a Neotank's coming. Or a bomber. Urban Blight's coming as usual. He doesn't like to hold on to it. I noticed that about Muji. Kills 1 tank. Kills 2 tanks. Kills 3 tanks. Kills 4 tanks. I lost 4 tanks. What did I gain here? I killed a tank, an infantry, and 1 attack. Tank, infantry, and 1 attack on this infantry right there. Or on this tank right there. I lost 4 tanks. This is probably my dumbest turn. And he punished me for it. Good on him. Good on Muji. For making me suffer because of that. Now, 4, 5 tanks, 2 copters, 2 schlop tanks, and an anti-air. And some weakened infantry. And a T-copter that I love with all my heart. Yeah, not looking great. I'm still winning, but that's being cast into doubt now. He got ahead on unit value during his turn for the first time in turns. I was dominating in unit value for a long time, but things are changing now. So I was a little upset about that. Now I have to fall back on the left side. I even thought about front shifting. But I fall back completely. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I messed that up. Sometimes hubris gets to me too, guys. Sometimes hubris gets to me. I lost my tanks. I'm gonna lose that 7 HP. And he's chasing me. And he's gonna kill everything. He's murdering and pillaging everything. Kill. Even attacking the infantry. I can't even fight back. He knows. Smart on him knowing that they have not nearly enough. He knows there's a lot over here. And he's like, he definitely doesn't have anything for this. He's got 2 copters. Copters becoming more abundant. Neotank 2 coming here. I thought he might go in the city, but it looks like instead of going for the right, he wants some flexibility. It could go south, it could go north. He's undecided, but he's just dominating me on the left. Now, it's my turn now. What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? I'll tell you what I do. I don't even need to know. I just need to see the last turn and I know what to do. He destroyed me over here. He's got tons of units. He's not going to have many units over here. What I see over here is probably all he has. And it was. That's all he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't quite reach the copter. So I knew he sees this. I saw him move the artillery in there through the vision of my recon. He doesn't know my recon's there, but I saw it go in the forest. So if he punished me here, I need a counterattack. You block with one hand, you punch with the other. I blocked over here, I withdrew, punch with the other. So I go all out on the top. Boom. Bang. Blang. Kill a tank, kill a recon, kill an infantry, reveal the anti-air, reveal the artillery, attack the artillery, capture a property, look at my copters, didn't reveal them. Shh. Keep them hidden. Don't reveal your hand unless you have to. He has no idea I have any copters. He has not a single anti-air. I want to keep those hidden as long as possible. Unlike him, who revealed his copters, using them to attack infantry and mechs. Bad. I want my first copter strikes to be on vehicles. I want to be attacking a copter. I want to be attacking an artillery. I want to be attacking a neo-tank. So he has no idea. And that's what I'll do. Withdraw on the left side. Obviously, attack on one side, I have to withdraw on the next. You know, consolidating, feeling a little better about myself there now. I just murdered units there. I lost a lot there, but I'm still ahead 9 units now. And income. But he's about to gain some properties, as he should. Guess that my freaking rashness over here. Neo-tank, though, he doesn't have a recon. He doesn't have much vision. Only uses these units. He doesn't know about the copters. And that Neo-tank's on a road. For all he knows, I could have my own Neo-tank in this forest that will knock that down to like 3. So that was a little reckless. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's feeling a little desperate now. Infantry try to weaken my infantry to stop me from capping. Even the copter, that seemed a little curious to me. I didn't like this move at all. I thought this was very, very silly. Kind of sacrificing a copter for an infantry. Didn't like that move. Finally kills my T-copter of love. And he's also going to kill my anti-air, or severely cripple it. My poor anti-air. Can't kill it, thankfully, so I will be able to do a decent amount of chunk of damage. But he's pushing hard over here. Didn't learn his lesson. Capture this. Capture this. This is your weak side. Don't push too far. I don't care if you're winning now. In the long term, you press the weak side, you're going to lose. I'm under no inclination that I'm going to win over here. I'll attack now. I will get this property, maybe this property, and I will run away. I have no inclination to stay here long term. This is too quick of a base reinforce. So, he doesn't have a neo-tank, dang. First thing I do, capture, kill a tank that's guaranteed. Typhoon! Do a lot of damage here. Love to see a Typhoon. Copter comes in, he has no idea even how to copter. It does 1 damage though. That's the sad thing. 1 damage. Neotech on a road. Comm tower. During a power. So normally Drake's has 70% firepower for his naval units. This is not updated, it's 70%. So with a comm tower, it's 80%. With a superpower, it's 90%. 90% firepower still only does 1 damage. It's kind of sad. And I can't even kill that copter. Now I can with the tank at least. So the Neo-tank lives to the end of the day. I think, do I attack it with a tank? I forget. It'd be kind of rash. Reveal with the recon, as you should. Reveal, get some intel first. Want to make sure I hit that copter. Actually, I don't think I can reach it. Because I need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I can get that copter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Actually, I can reach it. But only with the 9 HP. And I wanted to use the 9 HP to attack. So, I actually don't reach the copter this turn, sadly. I wanted to attack there. Do some tank damage, which is not terrible. Build another anti-air. Tons of anti-airs now. Block this so the Neo-tank can't move. That was a devastating turn for him. I'm capturing this property. Capturing this property, most likely. Actually, no, he's going to use Urban Blight. Not capturing this property, but no, I'm not capturing either on the Urban Blight. That's why Kindle gets get out of jail free cards sometimes with their Urban Blights. She's definitely going to use it, and she does. Muji being him, Kindle being her, apparently. Copter comes in. Kill. His Halo's old as time. Way overextended. Way overextended, my dude. Way overextended. There is no support, but this is still going to fight in? There's not an anti-air. Doesn't even build an anti-air. Oh lord. That Neo-tank is not going to have a fun time. Has no anti-air support. Build my own Neo tank. Kill one copter. Kill the tank. I'm gonna finish off that Neo tank. Yep. I'm gonna leave it at 1 HP, I guess, because I can see that this is here, so I can't attack from the forest. I'm gonna gain this property. I'm ahead. This game is over. You gain this property, great, but these are all. This copter is dead. This is just clean up the schlop time. He overextended here too hard. Now I'm just gonna murder everything. That's not happening. That's not happening. Capturing this property. Herbalite probably stops it, but it's not gonna be enough. Resigns. So, what went wrong? So, I like the recon opening, albeit it is very obvious. It has some merits, though. It prevents your opponent from getting the most contested properties. I was forced to get this property rather than going for this property right here or the corner. He tried to do an anti-recon opening, which I kind of liked, but I was Drake, and I didn't go for the recon opening. If I had gone for the recon day 3 opening, this would have been a very smart move. I would not have been able to stop him. He would have been able to get it quickly. So smart move on his part, if he anticipated the recon opening, but I'm not Kindle. I'm Drake. So I wasn't really feeling that recon rush, per se. What else went wrong? Overextension, overextension, overextension. I had better tactics than him, too. This T-Copter caused him misery. I got some great tank hits off because of it. And the term that was deciding it, this one right here. If I couldn't have gotten my Typhoon, this would have been a lot worse for me. Still probably fine, or good for me, but he would have gotten these 2 properties, and this property as well, actually. He would have gotten these 3 properties out of it, and it might have made this worth it. However, we're Drake. We got a Typhoon, or whatever it's called, Squelch or something. What do they call it? Squall. Squelch. Yeah, so once that happened, then he didn't get a single... He sacrificed a lot. He sacrificed basically 2 tanks. 3 tanks. These 3 right here. One died, one's at 1, one's at 2. And he got nothing. They all withdrew. Didn't even get that property. Sacrificed 3 tanks for that. That was a gamble. If I hadn't have gotten my power here, wouldn't have been great for me. Wouldn't have been great. I still would have damaged a lot of tanks. But he would have gotten 3 properties out of it. He would have had 23k. I would have had 19. Sorry, 18 actually. Because he would have flipped 2 of mine. Although I probably would have gotten that. But that was basically the beginning and end for him. I was winning here pretty hard. I've attempted to throw the game myself by overcommitting over here, or sorry, overextending over here. Got my ass handed to myself. The game is still in my favor, but instead of like a 99% chance of winning, it went down to like a 90%, or like an 85% chance. And then, yeah, then the Neo tank got completely cucked. And, yeah, the rest was history. And then he finally, like, this is just a throw over here as well. Way too overextended. That 85% chance when he did this, that went down to a 99. Weakened all his units. And this is just silly. This is... Look at how close they are to my bases. Both bases, 2 turns away. Copter over here, like... You saw this where it was last turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think he was just playing too rushed. I think he thought the game was over, and it was. So this last turn probably didn't count. He's just like, whatever, I don't even care anymore. Teching up is good, but... I didn't tech up once, did I? No, I built a Neo tank at the end, but it was too late for it to join the party. I didn't really find the need to tech up. He had a Neo tank, but I handled it with Drake Copters. Wasn't really a big deal. But yeah, that's what through my mind. I don't think it was a perfectly played game. I think I played pretty decently. I'm not ashamed of how I played. I think I played pretty cleverly. I could have done better. Got a little too cocky, as I'm prone to do sometimes. But I think it was overall pretty well played by me. Pretty well played by Muji. I think he needs to factor in more the CO choices. I think the Recon Fear opening is probably not going to be worth it versus Drake. I don't think you have to worry about that. Other than that, I thought he played pretty decent, except for overextension. That was the name of the game for him. One of the cardinal sins for him was overextension. He did it time and time again. First time here, punished. Second time here, punished. Went even further, punished. Retreated, too late, dead. Anyway. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys were entertained, and that I got my revenge on this map after getting decimated years ago. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.